finally able to get a TV taping in. The delay has been my schedule, no one else's, and it's just that time of year. We come to you from the municipal courtroom here at Borough Hall on Delaware Street. And remember, we have an interesting show. We're coming out of Memorial Day, and I can't believe summer's here.
Almost, John. June 22nd, summer's here. Today's the 30th of May, and sorry I missed Memorial Day. First one I've ever missed, but we were down with the family in Virginia. Walter went fishing on a big charter boat, and he caught the most fish and the biggest fish. So, but I was thinking about it. I kept looking at the videos, and our band is wonderful, and it was a wonderful day to remember all our veterans.
Very, very important. Fred and Amy have footage of that. They're going to put together a montage. We've got an interview with the commander, interview with Mayor Gary Stevenson for an update, interview with the chief of police. It's been a busy time in town, and also the chief is retiring and leaving us after long service. So stay with us. We'll be right back, and the program continues.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the governing body, all the workers of the borough, as well as all the residents of our fine borough, it is my honor to present this wreath in memory of all those that served our great country. God bless America.
Women and men of the Moose. The Paulsboro Police Deputy Chief Vern. Paulsboro Seniors, Mary Harris. Sons of Italy, Paulsboro Firehouse, Paulsboro Sportsman's Club, Don Myers. Paulsboro Soccer, Sandy Quinn. Billingsport Fire Company, Russell Trumbull. Vision Christian Center, Ted Holloway. Paulsboro Neighborhood Watch. Paulsboro Board of Education, Joe Lisa. Paulsboro Chamber of Commerce, Judy McKenzie. Guardian Angels, Juliana Cairo. Paulsboro Ladies Auxiliary, Carol Bird. Tinicum Lighthouse, Mark Camp. Paulsboro Little League, Tria Oster. Paulsboro Volunteer Fire Company Ladies Auxiliary. With all the members of the Paulsboro VFW 678 gather to put this next wreath in.
Welcome back. We're visiting with Commander Carroll here at the VFW post in Paulsboro. Again, the post put together 2 ceremonies in town this year, both at the monument by the railroad tracks and then closing out at the post home here on Commerce Street. Willie, first of all, we just appreciate the fact that you hold this together on this very important day, because as I move around my legislative district, the rank and file of the VFW seems to be thinning.
It is, very much so. The younger people do not want to join the VFW. A lot of the newer wars, they're just not coming out. I guess we don't have anything to offer them. They're looking for a different type of entertainment, and we're not there. It's just like recently they had a $3,000 tax thing that the state was giving for their state income tax, and I had to really beg some of them to come get their form to fill it out and get their money.
Well, the young people that are serving the various conflicts around the world, are they eligible to join? Because the VFW, you have a criteria, right?
Correct. You have to serve in a foreign war. It can be a conflict. Korea was a conflict. Vietnam was a conflict. Desert Storm. Any of those type of things, you can join. I was a Vietnam vet, so.
By the way, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Especially your group that came back from Vietnam. America was a different place. And finally, I'd always like to say, as we stand here in 2018, America's conscience has gotten right and recognized how valuable the sacrifice all of you made during that political thing.
And can I say 3 things, really. We were supported this year for refreshments by Century Bank, the Chrome Riders, which is a motorcycle group that meets here, and the Stetzers. Their grandfather is my oldest member at 95 years old. Nice. I guess you must know Russell Stetzer.
Oh, yeah. President of the Board of Education for many years, had the coal business, the oil business.
Yes.
Just good people. But, well, you pulled together today. The ranks may be thinning, but today's cause, the importance of Memorial Day, what it means to small towns across America, turnout at the monument was good. The ceremony was crisp.
Yes, very much so. And hopefully we can do it again next year. I just hope we can pull through this year. It's a tough year, so we'll see. If we pull through this year, we'll be okay.
Very good. And as the commander mentions that, if you see various fundraising activities associated with this VFW in Paulsboro, you should consider helping, because, you know, they're the keeper of the flame. And the names on this monument behind me, the names on the monument at the railroad tracks, they're all families. They're all people. And this is an important day that we're concluding here. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
Welcome back. Always a pleasure to have the mayor on the show for a mayor's update. Paulsboro's been a busy place. Sorry, our taping schedule hasn't been what we'd like it to be, generally because of my schedule involving the legislature and the budget cycle. Just haven't been able to get in front of a camera, but we're finally pulling it together. Gary, the town's been busy. You've been busy. People are getting new water meters. Your police department's been busy. You got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, John. Hey, Thompson Avenue, paved. Half the project's done. Don't get too excited, folks. It's got to be the other half done. But a lot of kudos from the residents on Thompson Avenue about the projects we're doing. Hey, nobody wants their taxes raised, but when they see progress, we see a street that needed repaired, you know, everyone's happy. We're getting done. We're getting things done.
Yeah, now, Gary, with some of these heavy rains we've had, so how has the stormwater been moving?
No flooding on Thompson and Paul. You don't need to get out your yacht and go from one side of the street to the other, but there's still a lot of work to be done on Thompson Avenue, but we're moving. The water meters are halfway done. You know, we expect that next year to be all online. You know, we're running new water lines down to the port. That should be coming soon as well, and that's going to bring another new water line into town. It's going to help the residents. Another street gets paved. A lot of things in the pipeline that we're working on. Takes time. Government takes time, but we're getting there. You know, we had some bad things happen recently, but, you know, we're going to get past that. We're going to work on that, but Paulsboro's moving.
Well, I say that because, you know, for those who read headlines, we had an incident occur at one of our most beloved clubs in town, which is the Elks Club, a birthday party. Things didn't go well. Then we had a dispute between people. None of this happened just at random. These were people who knew one another. So in speaking to Gary, I can tell you the mayor takes those incidents very, very much to his heart and worries about these things. But Gary, as I said to you, it's America 2018, and in both of those cases, seems like the police department responded well. Arrests were made where appropriate. And everyone knew each other, so it wasn't a random act.
It wasn't a random act, and John, you know, it wasn't over drugs. It wasn't a gang thing, from what I'm hearing. There was some girl fights involved or something. You know, it's one of those things that happen in society today. The older days, you went out and you fist fought, and then you were best friends the next day or an hour later. Now people think about guns and knives. They carry them. It's society. We just, as a society, every one of us need to look in the mirror and say, what can we do to make this world a better place?
It really starts there. I mean, it does start there because, as I mentioned, police department did its job, neighbors did their jobs, and unfortunately, in one case, a 19-year-old is gone. I mean, it's dead. That's a bad thing. The incident over the Elks Club, I mean, some of the Elks elders are very upset about that.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with them. And such a fine organization, fine group of people. You know, John, the firehouse had a similar incident years ago when we rented the hall. There are certain things you can't control with society today. You do your best that you can. And I've worked with the Elks, and they're going to be okay. We're going to be okay with them. Not to ever let something like that happen again.
I don't know that you can really add to that. We're going to be visiting with the chief of police. I'm not sure what segments will be in what part of the show because Vern Marino is retiring as chief. As I said to him, you're going out with a bang. So a lot of paperwork on the way out the door. But Gary, also, Paulsboro Plaza, you've been paying a great deal of attention to it. It's a little bit tricky because the developer is not as in the position to do the things he promised to do, and I know you're trying to wheel some other things together to pull that project to make that go to the next phase.
Yes, John. We've been working with the developer, and there's a gentleman that owns the front parking lot but doesn't own where Save-A-Lot, all the buildings are. So once again, it's getting those two parties together. We had a lot of major meetings with some major people about what we're going to do to help push all that along so we can get that done the way it's supposed to be with the Dollar Tree store or whatever the housing or not the housing. We're going to make that place a bright looking place for business to come to, people want to come to. And we've kind of expressed our displeasure with both of those people, and we will do what we need to do, but I believe it's all going to come by the end of the year.
And the Save-A-Lot seems to be doing okay.
The Save-A-Lot is talking to Robert Newton. His business is scaling up. People are loving the shop there. I mean, the meats are the best around. I asked to talk to the Gattuso, who used to do the butchering at Forelli's for years, said the best meats around. If he says it, believe it.
That's the best. By the way, see the new logo on the mayor's shirt?
With the lighthouse, the beacon of Paulsboro, we're going to come up with a saying, but
very nice. That's Mayor Gary Stevenson giving us an update. Busy times, always busy times. Hard to imagine how much is always going on in 2 square miles with 6,000 people. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back to Eye on Paulsboro. With me now is Chief of Police Vern Marino. He is finishing up an 18-year career with the Paulsboro Police Department, 30 years in law enforcement. He goes out with a bang because things have been busy. But before we get into our conversation, let me say to all of you who are watching, his service to this municipality has simply been outstanding. It's been steady. The department under his leadership has continued to grow, is of good reputation and good standing in the community in all neighborhoods. So when we have these odd and unfortunate issues that occur, those relationships matter, and that's why you see them being handled properly and conclusions being reached, arrests being made, and people being felt to be safe. So, Vern, first of all, congratulations. I can't believe it. You said 18 years. I'm stunned.
I'm shocked, too. I don't know where the 30 years went, not alone the 18 here in Paulsboro. Seems like it flew by. Seems just like yesterday I was getting sworn in when you were my mayor. Yes.
I recall you were talking about maybe going to the county department, become a county detective, and you were weighing whether to stay in a smaller town setting, a smaller department. I'm glad you stayed because, I always said that Ken Roger and his group really brought the department into modern times, and you continued with that. I mean, first department to have body cams at the time in the county. They're all progressive things.
We've tried to, and you want to stay ahead of the curve, especially with a town so dynamic as this one. If you don't, you're going to get left behind, and I think we've done a nice job moving the department forward, moving the town forward. And like you said earlier, these are unfortunate situations that we have once in a while, and luckily it's not a common occurrence.
Nor, as I said in an interview with the mayor, these incidents that occurred, we're speaking about a birthday party that spilled out of the Elks Club early in the morning where people decided to discharge guns. Craziness. And then we had the unfortunate situation where a 19-year-old involved in an altercation lost his life in a stabbing. These things don't happen every day, fortunately, but very sad for this kind of incident, the loss of that family. And the important thing was these were not random acts.
No, they were isolated. The individuals knew each other. The one from the Elks Club was a very unfortunate circumstance that fell out after the event had taken place. We're still running down leads and witnesses and trying to piece everything together so we can bring charges to those that were involved. As for the unfortunate circumstance with the 19-year-old victim, we did make arrests, and the arrests were made that night. So I thank my department, the detectives, the Gloucester County Prosecutor's Office, everyone came together, and within hours of the incident, we had arrests. And that just goes, back to my detectives and the police department. They worked together with the office, and we were able to bring it to a conclusion and not letting it linger so people were afraid or didn't know what was going on. The individuals were brought in, they were charged, and currently now, once we do finish the investigation, there'll be additional charges.
And the sad part is, in that incident, I mean, these are young people. I guess there was one individual over 40, but these were, in large part, young people.
Yeah, the one individual was 42, I believe, and the other three were, unfortunately, all turned 18 within 2-3 weeks of the incident.
It's horrible.
Two of them are still in high school.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a heartbreaker that those kinds of incidents can grow out of control like that. There's just not words to talk about how unfortunate that is. By the way, that was broad daylight. That was 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's correct. Sunday afternoon, beautiful, sunny, warm. Not expecting anything like that to take place on a Sunday, especially here in the town.
Exactly. Vern, so you wrap up. You have to leave with a lot of memories.
I'm humbled by the opportunity that the town has given me. When I came here from Swedesboro, the town took me in. I keep saying it, and it's the truth. It's been like a family. Council's been like a family. They've treated me. They treated my family like one of their own. And I can't say enough. I can't thank them enough for giving me the opportunity to lead this department. Just humbled by the opportunity that I've had here.
Vern, you served well, and you know, and you were successful because people trusted you. And I think a real testament to your leadership and the people before you was the department's reputation in the neighborhoods, I think, is pretty sound, as evidenced by these last two incidents that occurred. Everything came together. There seemed to be a level of cooperation.
I think so. You know, you have to have a level of trust within the community. We've been out, we've done our church walks. We try to get into the community. We can always do better. It's not perfect, but I think we do as well as be expected at this point. And again, when that incident happened that Sunday, we had individuals, witnesses. People come forward. They wanted to help, and that's a testament to our town, to our officers, and just everyone in general.
Wonderful, Vern. Thank you. And I mean it sincerely. Thank you very much for your service. Always have felt safe with you in a uniform here, and then you being the chief of police. And who follows you?
My deputy chief, Gary Kelly. He was appointed acting chief a couple months ago. He'll be sworn in next Wednesday on the 6th here in Borough Hall.
And your last day?
Tomorrow, the 31st.
You see the smile? Well-earned retirement, although I suspect he'll go to be working somewhere very soon. We thank Vern Marino and his family. Great service to this town and good work in these recent incidents. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Let's go out to some footage. This will be fun. Fred behind the camera, Amy got married after a long relationship. Took place in Bridgeton, a beautiful setting in Amy's cousin's house against the water. And a lovely afternoon. Joe Giovanetti made a trip down to Cater. I was happy to be there, enjoyed being there among Amy and Fred's friends and family, and to be considered part of that group. Janice and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a great time. Hope you enjoy this footage. Fred and Amy's wedding.
So special to them to be here today to share that. I now pronounce Mr. and Mrs. Buckner. Yes, I messed up. Buckner. You may kiss your bride.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back. It's time for Community Notes with Irma Stevenson. She returns from a trip to Virginia visiting family. Irma, welcome home.
Right. It was great. Walter's sister, like I said, invited us down. Walter went on a big fishing trip, and it was just a family time. Yeah. And we need to do that. The traffic was atrocious, but
well, it's the holidays. Yeah. Let me jump in with something real fast before we get to the full notes. Amy and Fred were able to get footage. The Royal Farms, as all of you know, has opened to a big celebration. A lot of fun. So another place, more competition. Competition is good for consumers. So we welcome Rural Farms to the corner where frankly, people are all excited about the chicken. That's where Kentucky Fried Chicken was. So things change, things stay the same, but welcome to Rural Farms. New jobs created and new competition maybe help keep the gasoline prices down. Irma?
John, chicken's very good. Happy birthday to John Haddock Jr., Preston Berthold, Mariah Thornton, Pat Colna, Vito and Jean DiGiovacchino of the Twins, Margie Emmerich, Todd Reininger, Lowell Trexler, Ed Simic, Rick Kostenbader, Bill Pollinger, Mary Chip, Cipollina, Bill Doak, Joan Franz, and a special happy birthday to my dear friend Carol King. Happy anniversaries to Major Claude and Kim Berthold. They'll be moving back to North Carolina. Sally and Rick Struss, Diane and Mark Yondyke, Shirley and Leroy Reed, Judy and Scott McKenzie, Ida and Jack Otten, Donna and Michael O'Leary, Stacy and John Katowski, Paulette and Jim Funk, April and Ray Ziegler, and Rashonda and Delon Braxton. Happy anniversaries and happy birthdays. A community yard sale at St. Paul's Church right on the corner of Broad and Delaware, Saturday, June 16th. Call Dana O'Mara at 856-213-0083 from 8A to 1P. Setup time is 7A. Rain date will be June the 23rd. $15 for a spot. Bring your own table. And we can't forget our 4th of July parade, John. It is coming on the 4th of July, and the theme is the lighthouse, the Tinnican Lighthouse, and it's Let This Light Beam on New Paulsboro, something like that. On the New Paul, whatever.
Sounds complicated.
It is. Yeah, it's complicated for me to find a uniform, but an outfit. But I will, John. Don't worry.
Well, don't wear anything.
John, we don't want to scare people away. Don't forget the Red Zone Football Camp, June 25th to 29th. Go on Facebook. This is being held by our two wonderful former NFL players, Isaac Redmond and Kevin Ross. Class of 1978 will have a 40-year class reunion. Homecoming weekend, October 27th. Enjoy a tour of the high school, football game. And then they're going to end up at the Paulsboro Sportsman Club from 7P to 11P. Contact on Facebook, either Alfonso Gimpolo or Carol Plizik. So, John, we're busy. And then Paulsboro Day, and we're rolling in town.
She's coming. A little bit of footage, some quick footage from the Paulsboro High School All Sports Banquet. A special thank you from our family to that committee. They recognized my father for his long service to that event, and an award will be given annually. My brother Robert was there to speak on behalf of the family. Beautiful turnout, by the way. Congratulations to all the athletes. Pretty special event. Paulsboro High School All Sports Banquet. It was the 66th annual, where all sports are recognized, not just what some would consider the big marquee sports. So the kids really enjoyed it, and our family was really humbled by the fact that my father was remembered in the way he was, and we're very grateful for that. Irma?
And your mom too, John.
And my mother.
Yeah, oh my goodness! Your mother was always there with your dad, and they were a wonderful, wonderful couple. It was a wonderful time. We also honor the cheerleaders and the band and everyone, John, and what great coaches and staff we have in Paulsboro.
Very fortunate. Fred Booker behind the camera, Amy Cook, who couldn't be here today, as well as our producer, Bill Crane.
Amy Cook Booker, John.
Very good.
Yeah. See you on Broad Street, and don't forget the 4th of July parade.
Wonderful. Until next time.